Okay, here we are looking at notes for Math 7 for 4-9, and this is on an intro to inequalities and their solutions. We had a slight typo in the title, so just make sure your title says intro to inequalities and their solutions. I'm not sure if I fixed it on the printed copy or not. All right, so here we go. Inequalities are used to compare numbers or expressions that are algebraic. So, for example, when we look at an inequality, okay, there we go. For example, if we look at the inequality, blah, 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 blah. So you would read that x is greater than or equal to -4. So with these inequalities, you have to make a decision. Do you want to get them right, or do you want to accidentally get them wrong? If you want to get the inequalities right and make sure that you're not confusing the less thans with the greater thans, simply just hold your hands up. If it makes the L to you, then it is a less than. If it does not make an L, then it is a greater than, and that is the best way to remember them. And I promise you, throughout this entire time, you will see me going like this with my hands because I do not know my left from my right, and I also have a hard time telling these things apart, so I'm constantly looking at which one makes the L. This one does not make an L, so it is greater than or equal to. So, how many numbers would fit in that inequality? How many numbers could I plug in for x that would make that true? Well, that says that x is greater than or equal to -4. So, solutions for this inequality would be any number that is greater than or equal to -4. So, 4, right? 4 is greater than -4. 0 is 1, -1, 30.99 is greater than -4, right? Any kind of number, as long as it's bigger. What about -4 itself? Would that work? Is -4 greater than, hint, or equal to -4? And yes, it is. Would we be able to list all of the solutions for this inequality here? Can we list all of the numbers that are greater than or equal to -4? And the answer to that is no. We cannot list them all because there's too many. We can't list all of the numbers that are greater than or equal to 4. Let's make a little note of that. So first off, how many numbers make it true? Question mark. And that's any number bigger than -4, which there's an infinite number of numbers bigger than -4. Right? An infinite number of numbers that I can't even count up to are greater than -4. So then that leads us to the question, can we list them all? And no, we cannot list all of them. We cannot count to infinity. We can't write to infinity. We can't do anything to infinity. So there's no way we can list them all. So, moral of the story here, and this is where our big little star comes in. Equations are different from inequalities because of these reasons here. Equations have one solution, right? There's typically, in most cases, there is one solution, one answer, one x value that makes that equation true. Whereas when we're dealing with inequalities have an infinite number of solutions. And that right there is the big difference. Equations have one, where inequalities have a whole slew of numbers, an infinite number of numbers that could make it true. Pointing out here that having an infinite number is not the same as having infinity. right? Infinity is a separate number, whereas an infinite number means you have an infinite number. So what makes these a little bit different is that what we're going to do to show the infinite, dog is chewing on a Kong right now. I don't know if you can see him. Okay, anyways, focus on math. To show the infinite number of solutions, we are going to graph that on a number line. And we're going to look at that in our next video.